I meditated 200 days in a row. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you my experiences. So let's not waste time and let's go. I always thought that meditation is something extremely hard, practiced only by very few people, that most of them live in the Himalayas and they're monks, and every meditation that they do, they levitate and they move objects with just their thought, or they live forever in the form of statues or something like that. But the facts are actually way different. The best way I can explain meditation to you is by a meme, which I was trying to find, but I couldn't, so I'm gonna play it out for you. But it pretty much goes like this: there's this old monk, very experienced one, that is meditating, and next to him is his apprentice who is also getting into meditation. So they're both meditating in the pose and they're just getting into it. And the youngster is like looking at the old one and is like, "Is that it?" And the more experienced monk is like, yeah, what did you expect?" And pretty much that's meditation. It's not some kind of out of worldly experience. It's more like getting concentrated on your breath and breathing deeply until you get into a relaxed state of mind, and then just start looking at your thoughts, if I may say, and basically do nothing for some time. For many years, I thought meditation is something super complex and that I wouldn't ever be able to meditate. But then I did some reading, some research, and I realized that I just have to give it a try. And that's what I did. Of course, I used help in the beginning, which I actually still use. I use an app called Headspace, and no, they're not sponsoring this video. I just really like the app and it's really helpful because it's for guided meditation. And I started getting into it slowly, and at some point I was like, okay, what will happen if I try to do meditation every day? I didn't set the 200-day challenge right from the start. It was more like 30, 40, 50 days, and then I'm like, what will happen if I do this for a much longer period of time consistently? And the big answer to this question is nothing. Nothing really happens. And all the doubts, all the crazy thinking that I have about meditation, of what is actually meditation or how it should be actually done, I still have them 200 days later. And it's not going to change, I guess. Now, what do I mean by that? The first thing that most people, including myself, are thinking is that I'm not doing it right. It is session number 191, and it was a very, very difficult one. I couldn't really concentrate at all. My thoughts were all over the place, and I really thought that after so much time it will get easier. I'll kind of get adjusted to all of this, and I'll become like this Zen guru master. But I'm guessing it's completely different experience. And yeah, there are going to always be hard days, and there are always going to be sessions where you don't feel yourself or ready to meditate. But yeah, I just keep going. Although during each session, the guidance was telling me that this is completely normal and it's okay to have your racing thoughts. And it's pretty much like looking at a highway. So there will be thoughts running around all over the place, but it's my job to just sit on the side and watch them, I guess, and not get into them. But 200 days later, I can say that I'm still doing this. I'm still too hard on myself. Yes, I have good days, I have great days, but I also have terrible days where I cannot really concentrate at all. And the one thing that I learned through this whole process, that this is okay. I shouldn't be too hard on myself. About 6 months into this practice, which was about day 180, I came across a journal called Habit Nest. And that really helped me reaffirm everything that I knew about meditation and kind of stop thinking of all those crazy things that meditation is supposed to be. And I started enjoying it more and more. And actually, I lowered the expectations towards myself and towards the practice of meditation. I wasn't expecting to become this monk and, hang in the air and do all those crazy things that we think meditation is. In my next video, I'm gonna do a full review of Habit Nest, and I'm also giving one away because I really like this too and I think it can help others too. Oh, and by the way, I'm not doing any poses during meditation. It's more like I just sit down, close my eyes, breathe deep, and then start. The combination of Headspace and Habit Nest gave me this reassurance that two different sources talk about the same thing in the same way about meditation. So that must be it. I must be meditating, I guess, not just sitting around doing nothing, thinking about the usual stuff, basically like what I do every day. Although I had all those doubts with the racing mind and if I'm doing it right and if I should continue, I was also noticing all the benefits pretty much right away. Within the very first sessions, my mind was more calm in everyday life. I was more focused and I could just experience everything that was happening around me with greater emotion and greater calmness, I guess. At the same time, it was much harder to get angry and to get stressed. I was reacting to stressful situations in a completely different way. I was more aware that this is just a moment and it will pass and that I just need to find a solution faster. And I wasn't thinking about it and getting emotional about it. I was more mindful. That's a word quite often used in meditation. At some point, I started noticing benefits even from the racing mind. I was being much more creative, and quite often I found myself just even in a hurry after a session to sit down and write the ideas that I have. I started generating new ideas on different topics pretty much almost every day. And that was so satisfying. That was just amazing experience that this is something that you just sit and do and your mind starts working in a completely different way. If I could explain the benefits of meditation in a very simple way, I would call it a liver of your mind, and it's a very, very long one. And it makes dealing with issues, with problems, and lifting heavy thinking much easier, and you get all these creative things flowing all over the place, and you're calmer, you're more mindful, and you kind of enjoy life more with meditation, even if you're not sure that you're doing it right. I want to wrap up this video with my personal meditation routine, and I hope this helps to all the beginners out there or all the more experienced people to feel connected and to see that you're not going crazy. This is completely normal. Meditation is part of my morning routine. So after I wake up, I brush my teeth and so on, I sit down for 15 minutes with guided meditation. And it's just sitting down. It's not like some special pose. I don't feel comfortable. My joints hurt if I do something that it's not natural for me. So I'm just sitting. After that, I close my eyes and I breathe deeply for around a minute or so until I get in this relaxed state of mind. And after that, I just start series of exercises that I have with my guided meditation. Once I'm over, I try to move around, just stretch a little bit and not rush into the activities that I'm doing right away. And also, quite important for me is that during the course of the day, I also try to pause and again, deep breathly for a few moments and not go crazy, even though, every day can be stressful. This helps me kind of relax in the moment and continue with my day. For beginners, I would definitely recommend to do this in the morning because it's much easier. Your mind is not so busy with everyday task or what you have done already during the day. I would also advise not to lay down because quite often you will find yourself falling asleep, and that's not the whole point of the exercise. And the greatest advice that I can give actually myself and everybody else out there is be gentle to yourself, be kind. Don't blame yourself that you're not doing it right. You are doing it right. We are all doing it right. It's just our own approach to meditation. And you'll see that the changes will start coming one by one, and it's actually very hard to explain it or to read it somewhere or to hear it, but at some point you just find your mind separating from all the thoughts and all the everyday thinking that's going on, and you kind of find a peace of mind. You'll be more mindful about everything and about yourself. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. It's been an amazing experience to meditate for over 200 days already. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Z. This is Fearless Dreams, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.